Hello everybody, Megazard here, back at it again to give you another very exciting video for today. You know what? I have the PlayStation 5 for about 9 months now. It's almost getting close to a year, but I was thinking, I got that console back in the summer of 2021. And I was like, you know what? I might as well just sit down and talk about my overall experiences with it. Just a casual little conversation. Just my overall experiences with the PlayStation 5 thus far. And if you happen to know me, if you happen to watch some of my previous videos, you see my live streams of, games I've been going through and playing, or if you happen to follow my Twitter account, you may primarily know me as a person that honestly have grown up within the Nintendo ecosystem. I grew up on the NES and I grew up on the Nintendo 64, and since then I've played through many different consoles such as the GameCube, the Wii U, Switch. So I've always been in that ecosystem. I was obviously with their handhelds too, with the Game Boy Advance, the DS, and the 3DS and so forth though. So primarily only been in the Nintendo ecosystem. However, in terms of other ecosystems like the Xbox and PlayStation, I have dabbled with those with some games on some of those platforms before, because one of my cousins primarily had an Xbox, another cousin had primarily PlayStation, so I have gone through and played a little bit of Call of Duty, a little bit of NBA 2K, and gosh, like way back when, a little bit of Grand Theft Auto. So I do have some familiarity with, other consoles and stuff like that, but I never personally owned them myself though. So in this video today, I just want to go through and give my point perspective of my experiences so far, 9 months into having the PlayStation 5, from primarily somebody that's only been in the Nintendo ecosystem though. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight up into this video. All right, so first off, I have to talk about getting my hands on the PlayStation 5. Man, that's been an experience, because we all know that due to the chip shortage and stuff of that nature, it's been hard getting these systems out here though. And I wasn't one of those people. I knew I'd probably want to kind of get my hands on a PlayStation at some point, because there are some games that they've been slowly kind of building up and accumulating of certain games I wanted to play, but we'll probably never see the light of day, especially with the third-party games to the Switch, just due to the lack of power between the systems though. And I was like, okay, I'll probably get one, but let me wait a little bit, because I saw they were going out of stock, in and out really fast, and it was just hard to kind of keep up with it and stuff. However, it came all the way down to the summer, and I was like, you know what, all right, I'm ready to pull this trigger though, but it's hard getting those suckers, because you literally have to be following like Twitter accounts and stuff like that though. I have to actually pull up like Now in Stock website just to kind of see, exactly the trends of when Best Buy was going in and out of stock, Target, Walmart, Amazon, etc. though. And I figured out that Target like to drop their stocks out on literally the last week of every month, and I managed to luck out and managed to get one. And with Target, it was nice because you got to compete against people in your local area instead of ordering online for the fact of all across the country. It's like locally, because you have to go and pick it up at those stores individually though. So I was like, okay, so I managed to get my hands on one. I felt pretty good about it, and thanks to their state of play or summer state of play or something like that, they were giving away free games, so I managed to claim Horizon Zero Dawn, as well as Ratchet and Clank, the remastered one based on the first game, and a bunch of other stuff. I think some VR stuff or whatever though. So I took it home. It was really nice. That console is way bigger than what it should ever have to be. I was like, what the heck? Like, this console is too big for its own good. I just got to throw that out there. It's just way too big for its own good. But that thought aside though, I will have to say that for the most part, it's been a pretty cool experience. And I think, at least with the controller, with having to deal with cross, triangle, square, and circle, I guess the technical term for it is cross instead of X, though I like kind of saying X, but I guess I caught myself saying cross a few times here and there though. It's at least good for that point perspective, so that way I don't confuse the buttons moving between the Switch as well as the PlayStation though. So honestly, I really do like the UI and stuff. It is very clean and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, it makes it kind of nice to kind of toggle around and stuff like that. The only thing I don't like is when I'm streaming stuff on my PlayStation 5, like I did stream like Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I think a little bit of Spider-Man. I did a series on that on my channel though. The only thing I don't like is the setting that you have to go back and forth between turning on HDCP with your HDMI settings, so that way you're not like streaming stuff that you're not supposed to, like on like for example, if you're streaming something on YouTube or like Funimation, Crunchyroll, or any of those streaming services, you have to turn off that setting. That's a little bit annoying part. And I think on Xbox you don't even have to worry about that. So I'm like, I don't know, Sony. Like, can you fix that? I don't know. In terms of other things with the online stuff, I do like the fact that you're able to kind of form parties and stuff. And voice chat, it's nice to be able just to plug in your controller up in there, have your headphones on, be able to listen to games that way. They do have 3D surround on their games though, so that is fairly nice. I dabble with that just a little bit though, so it kind of helps with the immersion and stuff like that though. So I really do like that. You can just kind of talk to your friends and stuff. I have talked to like some of my friends like Alexis, Sylveon, and them up in the VC chat, so that is kind of cool to be able to do that. And I think you can also share screens as well. Like, one of your friends could be playing a game, you can sit down and watch their screen as well. That, some really interesting stuff. Love to see it on the Nintendo side though, but I think they got a long ways to go because, well, we just seen some of the stuff they're doing with their Switch expansion pack and whatnot though. So honestly, in terms of the UI settings and all that stuff, some really nice stuff that I'm not used to normally though, but oh gosh, it's really good. Though I really do wish they had some themes coming out, because I think on the PlayStation 4 there are themes already, but on the PS5 we're not quite there just yet though. I don't know, maybe we'll have to go through a few more system setups or system updates for the console before we get to that point. And also in terms of customization, I do like the fact that now we got other PS5 controllers that are coming out right now, like for example, I have the Starlight blue one, and that one's amazing. And the fact that you also be able to change the faceplates on the PS5s themselves is really cool. I'm waiting for that light blue one to come out for the faceplates, because I really do like the thought of having a light blue PS5. Like that's my Megazord colors right there though, so I really do like and appreciate that right there though. But outside of that, that's it in terms of the hardware, kind of, in terms of the system and the UI and stuff that I really do like about it. Now, the most important part is the games. Primarily, for the most part, I honestly am going to catch myself playing more third-party games on this console rather than first parties. There are some first-party, like a handful of them, that interest me, but it's not like I will go out there and buy every single thing. Like, for example, like Gran Turismo 7 just recently came out. I mean, that doesn't quite interest me or whatever though. And then, Horizon Forbidden West recently came out though. That may interest me, but I'll try Horizon Zero Dawn first, since I had that one for free though. But the first game I did pick up was Persona 5 Royal, because I knew that was the game I really loved and appreciated. In terms of, like, it was weird. I had a weird history with this thing. I started off with watching the anime first, then I played Persona 5 Strikers on the Switch, and then I came back around and got Persona 5 Royal when I finally had a PlayStation 5 though. So yeah, I went all over the place with that series though, but I really knew that it was something I really did like, because I really did love the characters and stuff and everything else Atlas brought to the table on that. And I could see why so many people were praising that game when it originally came out though. So yeah, so that was the first game I picked up. The second one I picked up was Kingdom Hearts, the all-in-one collection. You couldn't go wrong with this. I think I got this for like about 20-ish or so bucks or something like that. Picked it up from Walmart, and it has like 10 different games up in there, so I'm still working through it right now. I'm currently at Birth by Sleep right now, so I've been kind of toggling back and forth between playing Kingdom Hearts games and then turn around and also playing all the other games I've been going through and collecting though. So yeah, so those were my first couple of games. Later on, around Black Friday of 2021 last year, then I picked up a few more games. I picked up Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now this one right here, oh gosh, I really did love and appreciate this game right here, because of the fact that it was one I was really looking for and anticipating, because I did play the original Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo Switch. And then when that remake came out, I was like, oh man, that game looked good. It's popping, it has it all going on and stuff like that. I just like that action combat base instead of turn-based, which turn-based, it was still really cool, but the action just kind of pops a little bit more, the cinematics, the voice acting and all that stuff though. So, I had to pick that one up. Another one I had to pick up was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I saw a lot of good praise and stuff about this game as well though. Very short, really tight experience right there. Roughly took about 10 hours or so for me to go through and beat it though, but man, that was nice and stuff. They did have two different forms. They have the performance mode where you have like the 60 frames per second and stuff like that. Then they had the fidelity mode where you got the 4K. The TV right now that I have over here, it's not 4K, so obviously most things I'm going to choose, it's going to be performance, which I do prefer my frames per second a little bit more so though. So that's what I primarily did. And I think there's a setting in between where you do get the HDR, but you do get quite a bit of performance as well though. And then I also managed to pick up during that Black Friday, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, actually, before I even talk about this game, I almost forgot. I technically got another game, Spider-Man Remaster. So I have that one, and I have Miles Morales one. The remaster one is the digital version though. So I went through, played through that. You can see my official live stream of it on my channel though, because I went through all the DLC. That's the one I live streamed, but on my own personal time, I went through and played through it though. So Spider-Man, a really great game. And I think as soon as I'm done with Birth by Sleep, maybe I'll do Recoded in Kingdom Hearts. I'll jump straight up into this game next though. But yeah, so that was most of the stuff. And then I picked up one more because I saw a really good deal up on it on Walmart for Black Friday. And I did pick up Guardians of the Galaxy because I think normally this was 60 bucks. It came out in October of last year. Turn around by the time we got in November, I think it was October last year. By the time we got around November, Black Friday, Walmart marked this sucker down to 25 bucks. And I was like, what the heck? So I was like, I have to grab that one because I knew I wanted to play it on my list though. And I think that's almost just about it. And then, you know what, Christmas came around, you know, after Black Friday. So I went ahead and asked one of my family members to get Ghost of Tsushima for me though. So I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, that's the last one of my PlayStation 5 games or / PS4 games that I have up on my system at the current moment though. So overall, I've been loving every game I've been going through and picking through so far. By the time I get to the end of Ghost of Tsushima, then I have to start kind of going through and figuring out which kind of games I probably want to play next. I think I have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot in mind, as well as a Nier Automata. I know those are like two. Nier Automata, I know that's one Sylveon's been talking up quite a bit though, one of my friends. So I'm going to have to play that one though. But if there's any other games that you think I might be interested in, you might as well go ahead and drop those down in the comment section down below. I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts in terms of your favorite PlayStation 5 games, or if they're also PS4, because I'm also catching up on those as well. Just don't recommend me Elden Ring, because I know a lot of people have been talking that up. It's been cool with all the crazy stuff they've been able to do, but I'm just not a Souls fan. Like, I've been through and played a little bit of Dark Souls, and I was like, man, I just get too frustrated playing that mess. I'm like, my goodness though. But anyway, those are all the games I have for the console right there though. So overall, I've been enjoying this console. I've been enjoying it. And it's been kind of nice because normally I would play like my Nintendo first party games. I'd buy those on launch. And then with me going through and actually picking up a lot of these games, because PlayStation games tend to go on sale a little bit more often. By the time Black Friday comes around, I could build up another stack, get a good chunk of games, and then basically play those PlayStation games in between the breaks of the Nintendo games. So it always kind of gives me, you know, something to kind of look forward to and stuff. And I think the only game that's coming out this year that I really wanted to get, that's releasing on the PlayStation 5, or technically it's the PS4 version of it though, will be Soul Hackers, you know, from Atlas. So I think that's like one of the key ones. Maybe Forbidden West if I like Horizon Zero Dawn, and I think that's mostly it on the PlayStation 5 things. But we hadn't made it to E3 just yet though, so who knows what else PlayStation might put out there in the pipelines though. But I think that's about gonna do it in terms of this video, just my overall experiences, some of the games I have, and just my thoughts on the console as a whole though. So yeah, so if you really like this video, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related I feel like talking about and discussing for the foreseeable future though. So remember y'all, until our video I make next, see y'all.